Now we're getting set for another big government farmer showdown come tomorrow. The Delhi Chalo March that was announced by the farmers days ago is back on track, having resumed after the farmers shot down all proposals, all outreaches by the central government. Remember, there have been 4 rounds of talks. It's unfortunately not yielded any results. So tomorrow, from the Punjab-Haryana borders, you're going to be seeing thousands of farmers starting 11 a.m. march towards the streets of Delhi. Security apparatus has been set up. There are massive barricades to stop any tractors, any machines from making it through. But already you see farmers coming together in large numbers, bringing all of their tractors onto the streets, even machines that are used to clear the roads, mining machines being brought on to the streets towards the border so the farmers can march towards Delhi. Farmer leaders say that the Haryana authorities are using force to stop them from marching and that many of them are being detained. And they've made it very clear, saying whatever happens tomorrow in the national capital is the responsibility of the government, quite simply because they didn't meet our demands. It's led to a lot of questions about whether we will and the authorities will be able to ensure that law and order issues don't crop up as a result of this protest.
Farmer protest 2.0 escalates. The agitation for legally mandated MSP, which was on pause for the 4th round of meetings with the Narendra Modi government, will resume on Wednesday. India today has learned that farmers are planning to use non-motorable roads to reach Delhi. Security forces are tightening security at entry points from Punjab to Haryana.
What you see over here are bags that are filled with sand, with mitti, and these will be used to actually make non-motorable roads motorable. The bridge, what you see, is a river. Now that non-motorable road will be made motorable by the farmers as they will march forward for a Delhi कूच.
कश्मीर में जिस तरह से आप हालात देखते रहे पिछले लंबे समय में, वही हालात पूरे हरियाणा के बने हुए। तो हम तो दिल्ली को जाएंगे 21 को, तो हम तो मजबूरी में आगे बढ़ेंगे ना। वो जो भी परिणाम होंगे उसके लिए भारत सरकार जिम्मेवार होगी।
The decision to restart protests comes after the farmer leaders rejected the centre's proposal of procuring pulses, maize and cotton at MSP by government agencies for 5 years.
23 फसलों के ऊपर हमारी सरकार MSP अनाउंस करती है। जो 23 फसलों के ऊपर MSP की अनाउंसमेंट होती है वो इन्हीं के ही CACP की सिफारिशों के ऊपर होती है कि कम से कम आपको जिंदा रखने के लिए, आपको स्टैंड रखने के लिए एक सपोर्ट दी जा रही है, और उसके लिए भी वो गारंटी का कानून ना दें तो इसका मतलब देश का किसान इसी तरह लूटता जा रहे, तो वो हमें स्वीकार नहीं है।
The Punjab and Haryana High Court has warned protesters against causing public nuisance. The court has warned them not to use tractor trolleys on highways in violation of the Motor Vehicles Act. Protesters are barred from large gatherings as well. The court said while the farmers have right to protest under reasonable restrictions, they have duties as well. Meanwhile, political face-off escalates. Akali leader Harsimrat Badal slammed the Punjab government for promising MSP on 23 crops to farmers and not fulfilling it.
सरकार बनान तो पहले पंजाबियों नाल वादा कीता सी कि केंद्र भावें MSP दे ना दे 23 फसलों के उत्ते MSP सूबे दी सरकार दोगी। सो मैं किसान यूनियनां नूं भी कहांगे कि केंद्र दे उत्ते जरूर दबाव, लेकिन आपां सूबे दी सरकार तो क्यों नहीं मंग रख रहे, जेड़े कहंदे सी कि भावें मूंगी होए ओदी MSP होए, 23 फसलों दी MSP होए, ते जेड़ा काम केंद्र नहीं कर रहा वो सूबे दी सरकार क्यों नहीं कर रही, आपां इन्हां तो भी मंगिए।
Farmer protests just a couple of months ahead of Lok Sabha elections have become a challenge for the Modi government. With Shreya Chatterjee from Shambhu border, Bureau Report, India Today.
So it's along the Shambhu border, which is closest from Punjab to Delhi, that you see a huge number of farmers really coming together, amassing in large numbers, getting set for tomorrow's Delhi Chalo March, which will start at 11 a.m. And I'd like to bring in on this broadcast Shreya Chatterjee as well as Arvind Ojha, reporting from different parts of the Shambhu border to give us a sense of what's the situation on ground. Shreya, to you first. You've had the Punjab and Haryana High Court making it very, very clear that the onus is on the farmers too, to ensure that there is no public nuisance created. They also said very clearly that tractor trolleys, none of that can be brought on the roads as per the Motor Vehicles Act. Do you see that, however, being reflected on ground, that tractors, etc., are not being brought in this time?
Well, absolutely not. Akshita, we've actually been reporting in Shambhu border since the last Tuesday, and at least 1,700 plus tractors are lined up at the Shambhu border, crossing at least a kilometer. And not just tractors, Akshita, we've been reporting since morning today that Poklin machines, JCBs, all have been lined up at the Shambhu border. And the reason for that is because these parts of the road ahead of the Shambhu border has been made non-motorable. Trenches have been dug by the Haryana police. That's the particular reason they're using these heavy-duty machines now to march forward. So even after the observations and the directions given by the High Court, clearly what is transpiring on the ground is extremely serious. With the build-up like this, it looks like that tomorrow's protest will be intensified. And what they could not achieve last Tuesday, the farmers are very adamant that they would want to march forward to the national capital.
Okay, let me also bring in Arvind Ojha on this broadcast. Arvind, हमको ये बताइए कि क्या-क्या सिक्योरिटी सेटअप किया है अभी शंभू बॉर्डर में, क्या अभी जो ऑफिशियल्स है वहाँ पे वो अलाउ करेंगे जब ये किसान दिल्ली चलो मार्च शुरू करेंगे, क्या वो दिल्ली के अंदर घुसने के लिए अलाउ करेंगे?
नहीं, बिल्कुल देखिए, ये बिल्कुल अलाउ नहीं करेगी हरियाणा पुलिस। और 13 फेब को भी ये कोशिश हुई थी, लेकिन हरियाणा पुलिस और रैपिड एक्शन फोर्स की टीम वहां पर मौजूद है, उन्होंने अलाउ नहीं किया। देखिए, ये जो सिचुएशन आज जो श्रेया चटर्जी बता रही थी कि वहां पर जेवीसी मशीन है और अलग अलग रास्तों से वो हरियाणा बॉर्डर में घुसने की कोशिश करेंगे, ये इंटेल अलर्ट काफी पहले से था और एजेंसीज को इसके बारे में जानकारी है। जब जो मिनिस्टर्स है और जो किसान लीडर है उनके बीच ये जब बातचीत चल रही थी, उसके पहले से ये इंटेल इनपुट है कि एक बार और अटेम्प्ट करेंगे किसान। और इसी वजह से न सिर्फ जो शंभू बॉर्डर है वहां पर प्रॉपर अरेंजमेंट किया गया है, बल्कि हरियाणा के अलग अलग जगहों पर जिस तरह से शंभू बॉर्डर पर अरेंजमेंट किए गए हैं, उस तरह से इवन दिल्ली पुलिस की टीम भी शंभू बॉर्डर पर आई थी। और किस तरह का टैक्टिक्स हरियाणा पुलिस ने, किस तरह का अरेंजमेंट किया था, किस तरीके से 13 फेब को किसानों को रोका था हरियाणा पुलिस ने, वो पूरी जानकारी दिल्ली पुलिस के आईपीएस ऑफिसर रैंक के एक ऑफिसर आए थे बॉर्डर पर, वो सब कुछ समझ करके गए हैं। लेकिन कल से जब से किसानों ने ऐलान किया है कि 21 फेब को वो दिल्ली कूच करेंगे, हरियाणा पुलिस, दिल्ली पुलिस, उसके अलावा जो इंटेलिजेंस ब्यूरो की टीम है वो काफी ज्यादा एक्टिव हो गई है। किसानों ने ठीक उसी तरह से तैयारी कर रखी है जिस तरीके से हरियाणा पुलिस ने तैयारी कर रखी है। अब कल 11 बजे किस तरह के हालात होंगे ये देखने वाली बात होगी। अक्षिता,
Shreya, also can you show us what's the situation right now along the Shambhu border? What's the kind of security in place and how many farmers really are there right now? Because we understand from early this morning they've been gathering in large numbers.
Well, Akshita, unfortunately, because of the network ban, we actually have to do our lives a little away from the main flashpoint. But I will tell you the main arrangements that have been made. Now, the entire stretch of the Shambhu border is packed with tractors on both sides of the road. Now, where we've got you visuals at the Shambhu border, where Haryana police is guarding, below that region, Akshita, there's a river. What we're learning that the farmers are going to do is that if from the bridge and the toll, the farmers receive intense pushback, they will actually put sandbags on the river and then move the tractors from there. So non-motorable roads will also be attempted for a Delhi Cooch. Subsequently, they've also got in the Poklin machines, the JCBs. These are all heavy-duty machines. because they have to remove barricades and then also fill the trenches on the road which have been dug by the police. They will then fill those in. So there's a lot of activity that we are looking at tomorrow at the Shambu border when the farmers will march forward at 11 a.m.
What they're going to make their way through the border points, through the security points, and reach the national capital. Thanks, Shreya. Thanks, Arvind, for getting us those live updates. They're close to the Shambu border at this point because of network issues. Our reporters have been, of course, constantly feeding us updates and reports from that site. But to actually report live from there because of restrictions is virtually impossible. But a number of images that we've been getting of how farmers are essentially gearing up for that march to the national capital tomorrow at 11 a.m. Let's get you some of those images to give you a sense of the scale of the protest planned. Protesting farmers have now brought a special machine to the Shambu border. A proclaim machine, which is a mining machine, essentially has been brought by farmers to break through the cement barricades put up by the Haryana police. Not just that, multiple excavators have also been kept on standby at the Haryana-Punjab border, which will be used to remove all types of blockades and barricades as farmers are adamant on making their way to Delhi tomorrow. Sandbags are also being kept ready. These will be used to drive tractors on non-motorable roads with ease. The plan is to put these sandbags on the riverbed below Shambu border bridge in case they find it difficult to cross the bridge that's been completely blocked off now. Security, meanwhile, has been beefed up at the Shambu border. You can see on your screens how the entire area has been closed off. Rapid action force has been deployed. And you can see also that all of the preparations are being recorded on camera to gather necessary intel. On the other hand, in Jind, you had the Samyukt Kisan Morcha holding a meeting where it was decided that farmers will stage a protest in Punjab and will also gheraw homes of BJP leaders. All right, let's take a look at how really we've seen this stalemate between the farmers and the centre continue. Here's a look at what farmers first demanded, then after several rounds of talks, what the central government came up with, and now how the farmers have rejected it. So first, the demand was a legal guarantee of minimum support price, a law that guarantees MSP. The centre came up with a proposal, kind of meeting them halfway, saying we'll purchase pulses, maize and cotton, 3 crops. The farmers say the government should buy all 23 crops, not MSP alone, but a legal guarantee on all 23 crops. Now, the farmers also demanded a C2 plus 50 formula as far as minimum support price is concerned. The centre said that, look, what we will do is for 5 years, these crops will be purchased at MSP. The farmers have said that that is unacceptable. They're sticking to their demand of a C2 plus 50 formula for minimum support price. Now, they also demanded a waiver of all farm loans. This is similar to what was demanded really during the 2020 protest as well. Now, the centre has proposed saying that we can't really waive off all loans, but we will ensure that there's no limit on buying the quantity itself. But the farmers have said that if you're not going to waive off all farm loans, waive loans of up to 18.5 lakh crore rupees. So these are some of the demands where the stalemate continues. The centre's attempts at reaching out midway, at kind of getting the farmers to the talking table, so far hasn't really yielded any results, which is why we're seeing tomorrow again another Delhi Chalo March. We hope, of course, that it's completely peaceful, but looking at the kind of preps on grounds by both sides, it seems like this is going to be another dramatic showdown on the cards along the Delhi border.